South Africa's former President Nelson Mandela has been admired by millions across the world for his efforts of ending apartheid. Mandela, who's fondly referred to as Madiba by his countryfolk, was not just a freedom fighter but had a soft spot for children as well. His death has engulfed the world with grief and led scores of South African embassies around the world to keep Mandela's legacy alive by offering support to needy children. The South African High Commission to Uganda, John Kwelane, couldn't find the right words to describe Mandela's extraordinary qualities. Nelson Mandela's death last night coincided with a charity visit of Katalema Cheshire Disabled Children's Home by staff from the South African High Commission in Kampala.
We identified the home. And of course, you can't help but adore these little people.
High Commissioner John Kwelane further stresses Mandela's virtue of humility.
His personality was the most sparkling personality. His memory was the greatest. Mandela saw you today and then met you 10 years later. He remembers who you were and where he met you.
Back at the South African High Commission in Nakasero hangs a somber mood with little activity taking place. The flag is already flying at half-mast in honor of the African giant of peace and reconciliation. The Commission will release a detailed program of the burial as it awaits communication from South Africa. Meanwhile, a condolence book will be made available for dignitaries and the public to sign on Monday. The Ugandan government has delivered its condolence message through President Museveni and the Prime Minister Amama Mbabazi.
The government of the Republic of Uganda and the entire population of this country stand in solidarity and prayer with the family of the late Madiba and the people of South Africa, Africa as a whole.
Members of Parliament have described Nelson Mandela as a great soul who lived up to the principles of human rights and democracy.
He's the greatest of all time. He's the only human being who passed the true test of leadership.
We are very unfortunate that we have lost such a political icon on the African and political scene.
When he was free, when he was set free, he came out, he contested, and he only served for one term. Now, Nelson Mandela would have really informed or requested these people that, please, I need a second term. But he didn't do that. He was patriotic.
Mandela died of a lung infection that he has battled for a long time. He will be laid to rest next week on Sunday. Just like many have already attributed, Nelson Mandela's legacy is one person that shall not easily be forgotten. He's one person that freedom always flowed in his vocabulary oftenly, and also will be remembered as one man that always forgave his political foes and interacted with them. Maurice Ochol, NTV.